Andrew McIntosh is here with this Fox News at 9 exclusive. Andrew.
Estrada was released yesterday. Court records show a $650,000 bond was posted to get him out. Tonight, the teen's freedom is a shock to many.
What's odd about it is how close to home it is.
This man is living near an accused killer.
It is kind of disturbing.
After being released from jail Tuesday, 18-year-old Joey Estrada is once again living in this Northwest Side home with his family.
I don't think he should be out.
Neither does Bexar County DA Susan Reed.
I don't like to see any murderer out of jail and walking around on the streets, or alleged murderer.
The teen's charged with capital murder for killing his next-door neighbor, Los Barrios founder Viola Barrios, back in April. Police say he admitted to murdering her, allegedly with a bow and arrow, setting her house on fire to cover up the crime, and stealing the 76-year-old's credit cards and Mercedes.
There are evil people in the world, unfortunately. And I think evil needs to be dealt with.
Reed says she'll push for the death penalty if Estrada's found guilty. Right now, he's still awaiting trial, but after 8 months waiting behind bars at the Bexar County Jail, he's out on $650,000 bond. Records show his attorney, Carlos Martinez, bailed him out. This Los Barrios customer believes he should stay in.
He should be kept in there until the trial comes on.
Though he's free from his cell, Estrada's not free to roam around. The teen's under house arrest. We're told he has to wear a GPS monitor at all times and submit to weekly drug tests. Reed says to keep the community safe,
I think they're necessary conditions.
I'll have to watch out for my kids now.
But Estrada's neighbor doesn't think he'll have to worry about the teen for too long. He believes the alleged killer will be convicted and go back to jail.
His hands are all over it. It's just a matter of time.
Estrada's next court appearance is January 26th. The DA says his trial date has not yet been set. Viola Barrios' family tells us they have no comment on the teen's release. Authorities say the men are in big trouble for accepting thousands of dollars, even a motorcycle trailer, from Saha contractors. Outside the courthouse today, one of the defendants tells us he's innocent. So you're saying you're not guilty of these charges?
Exactly.
Why did they arrest you?
I have no idea.
Fidencio Martinez denies any crime as he rushes out of federal court Thursday. But the FBI believes the Saha maintenance technician took about $16,000 from contractors. Now he's charged with accepting bribes. The alleged corruption at the local agency that receives federal funding doesn't end there. Maintenance supervisor Roman Reyes allegedly received more than $28,000, and project manager Robert Olivares is said to have taken around $18,000 in kickbacks. Mr. Lopez, is there anything you want to say at all? Alfredo Lopez, the fourth Saha worker indicted in this case, is accused of lying to FBI agents. He claims he was never offered or received anything of value from contractors. The FBI says Lopez was illegally given a motorcycle trailer and is charged for giving agents a false statement.
Saha does not tolerate nor condone any wrongdoing from any Saha employee.
Saha Director Lourdes Castro Ramirez says her agency has been cooperating with the government's investigation since it began last fall. Castro Ramirez says she can't tell us which contractors or projects this all involves because right now, she tells us, the FBI hasn't given her that information.
What we do know is that they have evidence.
Saha has had its share of controversy in the past. While the latest indictments add to the list, Castro Ramirez says she's starting a review of the agency's contracting procedures to help make sure a scandal like this doesn't happen again. Meanwhile, the four charged Thursday are all out of jail and out of a job.
We have been moving swiftly to ensure that these employees are terminated.
The four defendants charged today are set to return to court on June 30th. The fifth, who we're told is in jail on a different charge, will go before a federal judge for this case tomorrow morning. Well, Karen, as you can see, it's still a very active scene right now. We have a lot of squad cars. Looks like a couple fire units on this chunk of Houston, which remains closed right now. Police tell us the officers were heading eastbound on Houston, responding to a call about 5 miles away. They went code 3, which means they had their lights and sirens on. And as they maneuvered around traffic, the female officer behind the wheel lost control and slid sideways into a car heading westbound on Houston. We're told that car was driven by an elderly woman who had a teenage passenger with her. Police tell us both officers were seriously injured. The male officer was flown to BAMC. The female officer was also driven there by an ambulance.
The civilian female driver of the other vehicle was taken to the hospital with some injuries that we don't believe to be life-threatening also. And the teenager was able to actually walk out of the accident scene. He was treated here at the scene, and we don't believe he's going to be transported. And we're just now trying to piece everything else together.
Now, police say none of the injuries to any of the victims seem to be life-threatening. They do tell us they will investigate the accident to make sure the 2 injured officers were following procedures. We're live on the east side. Andrew McIntosh, Fox News at 9.
Andrew.
Well, the jurors began deliberating around 3 this afternoon. It took them just over 4 hours to reach this decision.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Jonathan Depew, guilty of capital murder as charged in the indictment.
Jonathan Depew stood motionless, and his family broke down as the judge read the verdict. Around 7:30, he was convicted of killing Alita Rhodes back in 2006. She was a longtime teacher at Edison High School who was popular with students before she retired. The state claimed Depew, his brother, and a few other men were burglarizing Rhodes' home when she unexpectedly walked in on them. That's when Depew shot the 58-year-old once in the head and left her for dead. Depew's brother Eric testified against Jonathan this week. He told the court Jonathan admitted to firing that fatal shot. Kenneth Harris, a longtime friend of Rhodes, sat through the entire capital murder trial. He tells us the guilty verdict comes as a relief.
I just feel like justice was served and he was guilty, and the jury found him guilty, and he got what he deserved.
Now, because Depew was found guilty of capital murder, he is facing the death penalty. The punishment phase of this trial starts here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We're live downtown. Andrew McIntosh, Fox News at 9. Martinez is missing a part of his ear, police say, because one of his victims used her bite to fight back.
This is 30-year-old Daniel Martinez. Police say they have strong evidence linking him to 2 violent sex crimes.
We are going to pull out all the stops to arrest this individual.
Authorities believe he first struck on the west side back in June 2005. Chief Bill McManus tells us Martinez allegedly followed a woman on foot, then attacked.
Wrestled her to the ground, choked her, and then sexually assaulted her.
In March 2008, another woman on the west side was attacked in the same way. Police say she was walking home when she noticed a man, now thought to be Martinez, behind her. She stopped at a bench, hoping he'd pass. He did it first, then doubled back.
The suspect also wrestled her to the ground.
Police say while Martinez was allegedly sexually assaulting the woman, she was able to clamp down on his right earlobe with her teeth, biting it clean off.
She actually kept it in her mouth.
Last summer, DNA from that earlobe was linked to DNA taken from the 2005 assault. But police still didn't have a suspect. Then, just a few days ago, a big break. Martinez, seen here with a missing earlobe, popped up as a match to both crimes. McManus says his DNA was on file because of a prior felony drug conviction. So 2 warrants for aggravated sexual assault were issued Monday. Now police need you to keep an eye out for the man with a missing earlobe.
He shouldn't be hard to spot because of his earlobe.
Neighbors near Martinez's last known address tell us his parents live here, and they just spotted him about a week ago.
We're very surprised because, I don't think something like that would happen, or he would do something like that.
They say Martinez has children and are stunned by the accusations.
Why don't you think about your family before you do something stupid like that, I hope they do find him and they do something about it.
Now, if you know where Martinez is, the chief wants you to call Crime Stoppers at 224-STOP. You could get up to $5,000 for your help.